G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to give you a SEMrush tutorial. So I've been requested a couple of times to run everyone through SEMrush, so I'm going to do that today. Now, if you don't know what SEMrush is, it's a SEO tool, essentially like an Ahrefs. I have been using this tool for a couple of years now, and I personally think that it is the best option. Is it superior to other tools out there? Yes, in some aspects, and no in others. So I'm going to run you through the main things that I utilize it for. I'll show you what it does, what it doesn't do. We'll cover the main topics. I utilize this as an SEO tool, so when I'm doing competitor analysis or individual analysis of a website. So I'm going to just grab my website as an example. So let's grab this bad boy up here. And when you're in the back end of SEMrush, you're going to notice all of this stuff in the left-hand column. Now, throughout the video, I will have to jump across and like full screen it just for some privacy stuff because I've got clients on here. So we obviously, some clients don't care if they get out. Others have, made me sign NDAs and all of this sort of stuff. So they're a little bit funny with this stuff getting out just because of the stuff they do and the positions they're in. So anyway, let's say that you want to, this is the main stuff that you can do with SEMrush. So you can do a domain overview. So you want to have a look at, you want to analyze a website, you want to see what's going on. Oh, marvelous. Domain overview under maintenance. So as you can see here, here's my website. It's giving me an authority score of 21, saying that I have around about 3,000 searches a month. Now, how accurate is that? Organic traffic, it's a little bit on the lower side. So I normally sit around about 4,500 visitors to my site a month compared to 3,000. Backlinks, yeah, that's not too bad. But as you can see here on SEMrush, right, you have this. Now, I always start with the domain overview whenever I'm looking at a domain. So you want to check this stuff out here. So this is the traffic. So as you can see, there was a little spike here when I started up this Fort Lauderdale business. My Fort Lauderdale location anyway, and you can see that there was a little bit invested into PPC, which it was, but then as time has taken off, look at the absolute growth I've been able to achieve with the site. So as you can see, that's pretty much a domain overview. You can see obviously US because this is specifically for the Fort Lauderdale location. It is not for the location in Dubai or Australia. So that's something to look at. And then the other thing that you can do on here is you just get a bit of an overview of what's going on. So you can check out the organics, how many top or organic keywords I have. It's saying the top ones are 2,600. This is going to be for the US. As you can see, it's depicted right here. This is pretty much the positioning, keywords by intent, informational, transactional, commercial, navigational, all of this. So it's pretty cool. You can have a look at this. You can see your main competitors. So people that SEMrush does this automatically where it pulls in data, the keywords that you're ranking for, and obviously your competitors are ranking for. So you can check all this sort of stuff out over here. So it's kind of cool. Paid advertising, guys. I haven't run paid ads as you saw since, what's that? Oh, it's a year ago now. So yeah, a year ago. I would strongly suggest that whenever you're getting your site off the ground, because as you can see, sort of kick-started and it will help you get leads initially for the location or your business, whatever you're setting up in. Paid stuff you can see down here. Normally this is where you'll be able to see it. And links that are coming in from the site. You can see the anchor text. It's a great little overview. This is why I really like it. You can see like the top pages where a lot of the traffic's coming from, all of this, where a lot of the backlinks are going to. Very, very cool. Like that's why I actually really like this. Now, you can have a look at the traffic analytics as well. So this is going to talk about the traffic perspective of it. So let's bring up this bad boy. So you can, when it comes to this, how accurate is it? Again, it's, you know, this is where it's sort of going to look at things. It can look at pages, top pages. It's saying a whole lot of my visits are coming in through the LinkedIn content that we created. You can see that's direct referral. Now, some of this stuff will work as long as you link up your Google Analytics, okay? So that's something that you can do. You can connect up your Google Analytics. Now, I want to show you, I'm not going to be able to show you the projects, but projects is where you can basically have all of your projects, so to speak. So you can track keywords, you can do all of that. It is quite handy. It's stock standard, honestly. Like if you've ever done SEO, or even if you haven't, it's the same. You input a domain, you tell it what keywords you want to track, and we can go into the numbers of how many keywords and all of this later when we look at the plans. But that's what you can do. Unfortunately, I can't show you that, guys, just because of the clients. Like it's, yeah, legally I'm not allowed to. So that's the first thing. But you can have a look at all of this. Again, it's yay and nay. Do I think it's really accurate? I personally prefer to stick just with the domain overview, and then I start to take it from there. So as an example, what I will tend to do is I will have a look at the keyword overview, so the organic research. So if I scroll down here, I can click onto this and start to check out what keywords am I actually ranking well for. Now, if you go and look at Google as an example, it might tell you something completely different, but as you can see, when this decides to load, and perhaps there might even be an error or two popping up from this, but as you can see, like there's some keywords in here that we're ranking for, which are good keywords, like Shine Ranker. We're ranking number 2 for that, apparently. You know, businesses that need websites, doing well for that, doing well for all of these, social media, SEO for orthopedics, like long-term marketing goals, all of these types of keywords. Like this is what you can check out. You can check all of that, okay? You can check in Australia, so back home, for some reason this is, I'm doing well for keywords back home as well. But with SEO, it's like a rising tide that will lift all ships. So again, so if someone was to Google, as an example, electrician SEO in Australia, but there's only 30 searches a month apparently, and I'm in position 3. So benefits of LinkedIn, right? 90 searches a month, and I'm in position 4 for that. Manage your online reputation, position 5, 30 searches, more difficult keywords. So as you can see, like this is basically what it is. Like for Australia, that's how I'm doing for this stuff, for this website, okay? That's where it's quite cool, in all honesty. That's why I like the domain overview. Keyword Gap, very, very powerful. I've obviously got videos on Keyword Gap. I'm not going to run through doing one because it'll just take too long, but keyword gaps are great tools at identifying what you need to do. I think SEMrush is a brilliant tool at actually identifying what keywords you have and you don't have, as well as your competitors. I think it's absolutely marvelous. So you can add a ton more competitors into here, actually up to 4. So they have pulled in someone, so I'll compare them. Oh no, it's set to Australia. That's going to be fun. It's the same thing. You guys will understand anyway. So it shows you this. So we've got shared keywords, okay, some stuff down here. So B2B market, as an example, B2B digital marketing. I'm in position 5 in Australia for this keyword. So like you can change it obviously to the US. And let's go United States, America. So let's have a look. So as an example, with this organization, right, you can see some keywords that we're shared for, that we're not sharing, all of this. Like you can start to see all of this type of stuff, okay? So B2B online advertising, they're in position 16, I'm in position 31, as an example. So that's what you get to look at with a keyword gap. And I think SEMrush's tool is very, very cool. You also have a backlink gap analysis, which is very important if you're trying to get into the knowledge graph. So what you can do is you can come up here, you can click on Backlink Gap. Now this should automatically, if you put in all of the keyword competitors, right, their domains, it should automatically pull it into the Backlink Gap analysis, which is sick. So it can actually have a look and be like, all right, who do they have? What do you not have? So they have a link from Forbes. I don't have a link from Forbes. They have a link from Wix. I don't have a link from Wix. Entrepreneur, they have all of that. Okay, so they're obviously probably maybe been around longer, or they're a bigger site. Like let's go and have a look at these individuals. Let's check out their site. But this is why it's cool, because you can actually have a look and start to ascertain what's going on with this website, what's going on with the competitors, because I harp on a lot about how you need to perform actual assessments of your competitors. So I have no idea who these guys are. Never heard of them before. Decent sized site, 455 pages. I have no idea. They've got less traffic than me. So Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they are, in all honesty, guys. But as you can see, like, that's what a backlink gap analysis is. So you can go after that type of stuff and have a look at it. So what I like doing is checking out all of that. Now I am going to have to jump full screen and I'll show you the site audit. So let me do this. Jump full screen. Yeah, cool bananas, site audit. And I'm just going to go in and check out my stuff. So let me do this. Where is it? Osborne digital marketing. Now, when it comes to the site audit, do I recommend you use SEMrush? It's yay and nay. To be completely honest, it's yay and nay. Okay, as you can see here, it's saying that I've got some errors. I've got a lot of warnings and a lot of notices. SEO. Look, you're going to have problems. I believe this is schema, core web vitals. It's saying not great, but the markup, internal linking. So the main thing, like, to be completely honest, I use Screaming Frog when it comes to anything with sites. But the main thing is you don't want to have any broken links anywhere, okay? You don't want to have any of this stuff. As you can see here, it's saying that we've got one broken external link. So perhaps the page has actually gone down. Perhaps like this page is no longer active, okay? So we need to have a look at that. So maybe this link is like they've removed that page. That's something that we need to look at, because ideally you don't want to have broken links on your page. So the team needs to jump on that. They'll check that out and we'll rectify that issue. But when it comes to SEMrush's site audit, it's good enough for someone that doesn't really know SEO, I would guess. It's this isn't the main reason why I have SEMrush. The main reason why I have SEMrush is, to be honest, the competitive analysis, the individual website analysis, and being able to track the keywords and present it all neatly. That's why I utilize SEMrush. I don't utilize SEMrush for their site assessments. So as an example, like I know all of these problems, for instance, with schema, I believe. Now, the schema is correct, but this is picking it up as incorrect. Right? So I know that this problem has been rectified, but for some reason it's still picking it up. So it was last run apparently on the 6th, but it should have been fixed by now. So these are the types of things that you can have a look at. You can have a look at the issues. You can have a look at all of that. So 12 structured data. So immediately you know that it's schema. So you can have a look. It's cool because you can send it off into different things. So if you have like Trello or anything like that, you can send all that information off, which is pretty cool. So you can have a look here and you can actually start to be like, all right, what's wrong? So it's a video structured data. It's saying in the description, like there's no value in there and there's no value for the date uploaded. Yeah, like that's the problem. So when it comes to this, is that vitally important? Not really. Like it's not going to impact your ranking. It's, you know, I'd clean it up if you have time, but I'd rather spend my time building and getting a backlink than I would, or creating another piece of content than fixing that. So it's good in a way, but it's not necessarily something that I would utilize to go ahead and actually audit a site. And I try to be upfront and honest because I just don't use it. I don't use the site audit, okay? I think it is quite cool, but again, it's up to you. So another cool thing is like the backlink analysis, right? So you can throw in the domain, should still be, let's just chuck in these guys. So you can analyze domains. So it's absolutely brilliant. You can get an overview and you need this. Now, this is a brand new tool. I did not know that they uploaded this. I saw this before when I was playing around on this when I was on a monthly meeting call with a client. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Majestic's link graph that they've got going on. So it looks interesting. I have to play around with it before I actually give you any feedback on it, but that network graph does look interesting. So main thing is, like, you want to have a look at the overview of backlinks. So it's very important that you have a good backlink tool. I think in this SEMrush tutorial, it is, to be completely honest and upfront, I think when it comes to backlinks, Ahrefs is probably slightly better, just slightly. But overall, SEMrush is so much better. And I love SEMrush's customer support. I had a nightmare of a time with Ahrefs, and like from personal experience, it would take a lot for me to go over there and work with them ever again. I had a horrible experience with them. So not to get too much into it, but terrible. So what you can do here is you can come in, have a look at everything, new and lost backlinks, where they're getting all their links from over the last 6 months, sort of what the categories they are picking up, like business, industry, internet, telecom, all these web services, advertising, marketing, top anchors. So you can start to see what type of anchors they're getting, get code, visit website, get code. What does that indicate? So, okay, so they're getting a fair few backlinks from coupon sites there. There you go. But all of this is you can easily start to assess it all. All right. So that's what's pretty cool. You can obviously come in, like I'll show you this network graph anyway. So you can see here, like I said, I haven't played around with it, but they're saying, I guess 71% of relevant domains. So like maybe it's saying like this stuff's not relevant, you know, like maybe that's what it means. And I don't really I only understand the Majestic one, not SEMrush's tool. I have not played around with it, like I said, so I don't know how, like I guess it's showing the root of link, like, you know, showing that it's like a tier 4 link. So like here's your tier 1, and then your tier 2, 3, tier 4. Okay, so I guess like it's showing you just very similar to the Majestic stuff, showing you your link tiers. It's kind of cool, I guess. I'll play around with it and let you know how it goes, but it's very interesting. Like it's very, very interesting. Very interesting. It's good to have this tool because I really do think like that's why I harp on the backlink gap analysis. So it is very, very important to have a look at. You can start to see the backlink type, which is important: text, images, you know, forms, and frames, like iframes, all that type of stuff. That's what the frame is talking about there. Because again, when you're trying to match a competitor, you want to see what your competitor's doing well. Remember, Google, I say it all the time, Google is something that will reward, is giving you the answers to what you need to do to be rewarded. So go in there and do what it's telling you to do. So you can have a look at your competitors, see what they've got going on. So as an example, if I wanted to go up against these guys, then I could start to be like, okay, well, 80% of my links just need to be text. I need to have 10% of images, some forms, which is interesting. So obviously they've just gone on to, like for instance, those probably blog posts, and they've just done a heap of scrape box there. That's probably what they've done. Another thing is sponsored, follow, no follow. So like what percentage? They've got a lot of followed, which is actually quite strange. Like it's normally more no follows than it is follows. So that is very interesting. And you can even start to really get into the nitty gritty of it. So down here, you can start to filter through the follow, no followed, sponsor, all of this type of stuff. And you can export all of this data, which is absolutely excellent. Like that's what I love about SEMrush, simplicity. So anchors, again, like anchors are something that I do actually pay quite close attention to. More so let's say the way I utilize this, right? I'm not going to go up against a whole website. I'm going to go up against a page. That's what I look at. So I'll review the page, see the links coming into that page, what anchor text is required for that page, and take it from there. That's what I look at. So that's why this anchor text stuff is really, really powerful. So here you go. You can start to see, it's like, okay, what are they using? Well, they're using quite long phrases a lot of the time. Like, well, why is this specifically talked about 54 times? That's very interesting to have this anchor text right here utilized 54 times on different domains. You'd want to look into that. So all of this type of stuff is something you would want to pay attention to. Empty, like naked anchor text, that's probably shouldn't be that high, should be a little bit lower. But as you can see, like all these other types of links, it's interesting that they've got going on. Referring domains, outbound domains, so other things that they're looking at too. Again, very, very cool. Country IP as well. So do I reckon IPs play a role in ranking? I think if you're like tied with 1 and 2, right? And you're sitting there and you're like, what do I do? Everything's the exact same. Then IPs will play a role. Otherwise, no, I don't think they do. I really don't. I really don't. Like what? This is a link from Japan. There's going to be a link from what's that? Finland, Germany. That's going to be Singapore. Like, you know, Deutschland, South Africa. Yeah, like, you know, a lot of sort of random links. There is a lot of links from the States, obviously, but when it comes to IPs, like does it really matter? What's that? France. I think just he's from Singapore. So when I see Singapore, I'm like, yeah, all right, I know what's going on here. So that's going to be a lot of like GSA and all that type of links. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of like GSA links and all of that sort of stuff. So hence why there's a lot of them. Hence why with empty. Hence why naked and all of that. So which is pretty interesting. Outbound. So it's meant to be where they're referring outwards, from my understanding. But to me, like, does this really matter? Nah, because you'll be looking at like the way whenever you're doing any SEO, you'll be looking at the page level. So you analyze the outbound links on that page that they're sending away. That's what you'd be looking at. But it is cool. Like you can chuck in the whole page and obviously you can do exact URL and check it out from there, which is pretty cool because then you can know the links, but you do have other plugins for it. But that's where SEMrush is honestly pretty cool. So let's get out of this and now what you need to do sometimes I find is just sort of refresh it. So come back to the home. Let me just jump out of this because that's going to go to my projects. Let me see if I can try and show you the projects without it showing my client's information. Yeah. Okay, yeah, should be able to do this actually. All right, check this out. So this is this is how it can look as a project. All right, so you can actually see it. You can check it all out. You can do keyword tracking, all of this sort of stuff in here. So it's pretty cool. You can see like the on-page SEO checker. Like I said, guys, it's use POP, use anything else like Page Optimizer Pro. I have a video on that, but would I use SEMrush for any on-page stuff? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Backlinks, you know, that's where it's pretty cool. Come in here, check out my like social media stuff, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty interesting. This is obviously my domain overview, and here's my actual Google data. So this is pretty good. So it's showing 3,200, I guess, this month. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's do 7 days. Okay. So it's saying a little bit of an increase there, but if we go SEMrush data, what's it saying? Historical? No, we don't want to look at that. We want to see. We obviously can't really do that then. So yeah, you can obviously have a look at the Google Analytics. Like you can integrate all of this, which is pretty cool. Like it's pretty cool. To be honest, I have found what's happened sometimes is they drop the connection, and you will need to connect them back up every now and then. But yeah, like as you can see, like it's, you know, I have some stronger domains, but not too many. Like don't really see the point. I'm ranking for the keywords that I want to go after, and the website's performing how I want it to. So why invest money into something that you don't need to do, guys? Like that's my philosophy at heart. You can start to see, like I like how you have all the data in one place, but it can get a little bit challenging. Like obviously here's my Google Search Console. So let's look at the last 7 days. And let's sort of see how we're doing for certain things. Like let's see what's going on, you know, like this is what we're picking up a lot of clicks for. We're picking up a lot of clicks on the Shine Ranker review. We're picking up a lot of clicks. Saying impressions for that, we're down 54%. Now, that's interesting, you know, like why are our impressions down 54%, but then our click-through rate is up 206%. Interesting. Interesting. So all of this type of stuff, like that's what you want to be looking at. You want to be checking all of this information out, seeing what's going on. That's where this SEMrush tutorial can be pretty cool. You can see all of this information. So if we come back down here, another thing that I think's like pretty awesome is if you scroll down here. So let me explain a couple of these things. So you've got the local SEO stuff, right? Now, if you come up here, be like listing management, all of this. Now, this is an extra paid feature. Do I recommend it? No, I do not. You're better off sticking with a Bright Local or something like that. It's not that good. It is not that good. I tried it because I thought it'd be awesome to have everything in one place. Tried it and it wasn't good. You're better off sticking Bright Local or Local Falcon. Okay, in all honesty, in all honesty. So you can have a play around with it. You can do all the stuff, like it's got its grid map and everything, but yeah, it's not worth it, guys. It's really not worth it. The other thing that I really like about SEMrush is the keyword stuff. So let's have a look at the keywords. So I really like you can enter obviously 1 to 100 keywords in there. So let's have a look, like local SEO and SEO for local businesses. Let's see, and I'll just show you how it, like I'll give you an example of how it all looks. So you can start from here, so you can get a bit of guidance. You can see that absolute massive uptick in the trend, but then that's dropping off for that keyword. Interesting. You can see the cost per click, all of this. It's pretty cool. Now what you can do from here is you can click that button and it'll actually add it into like a bucket of keyword lists, which is awesome. But if you click on here, now it'll take you across to focus solely on that keyword, okay? And this is where you'll get a little bit more information. So you can start to see like something that's very important, SERP features. That's something that you want to focus on, because like if you see this up here, or just behind my head, sorry, if you see this, right, like this is explaining to you probably what needs to be associated with this keyword. Awesome. Keyword variations right here. So you can click on that. You can click on the questions, so you can do some Q&A stuff, FAQ stuff, sorry, and same with related keywords. Awesome. Like it's awesome. But something I love and adore and use it all the time is this bad boy right here. Why? Because I want to be able to sit here and go, okay, to rank for local SEO, how many links does my page need to have? Like, as you can see, like it's, look at all these sites. Like they're all the biggest sites out there, right? I wonder, I can't remember where, I'm somewhere. Like, I can't remember where I am. I was, like, I know for sure that I was somewhere. But when it comes to all of this, right, what's really powerful with this is you can, any keyword that you're going after, you can immediately have a look at it and ascertain what needs to happen to help you rank. It's not looking good, guys. It's looking like I've fallen back. There I am. Yeah, no. So, unfortunately, I've taken a bit of a walloping. so I'm in position 59. But as you can see, like it helps you understand what is required to go after and get on page 1, right? Super important. I think it's amazing. Is it always accurate? No, because there's keywords out there that I'm on page 1 for. So like electrician SEO, and I think like if you look at that, it's just like, oh, how are you doing that? So I think like if you have a look from memory, it was quite, oh no, maybe it's not actually. It wasn't this one. So there you go, like SEO for electricians. There you go. So not that challenging. And that's what you can see. You can start to see, okay, what keywords can I go after? What keywords can I rank for? How can I throw myself at this? How good is this? You can sit there and analyze the SERP immediately. You get a picture of the keyword, how hard it is to maybe go after, if it's worthwhile going after. Check it all out here. Beautiful. Okay, no worries. Maybe I should create some content around that, should invest in the links and all of that. That's what's really cool about it. So from here, what you can do, and another thing that you can look at, is you can manage all of the keywords. Unfortunately, I can't show you that because it's got all of our client stuff in there. but you can have basically like a bucket, which is pretty cool. So you can add all of the information in, which is like awesome. Another thing that you do have access to is the stuff down here. So let me show you the content content marketing thing, right? With this, right, it's kind of cool in a way and kind of gimmicky. Would I recommend that you utilize this stuff for creating your content strategy? No, I wouldn't. I would not. As an example, like you can see, I tried this bad boy out. Tried it all out. You can throw a topic in here and it'll go away and pull other stuff down. It's trying to replicate its own topic clusters, I guess you would say. And what I found, because I'm big on topic clusters, it's not really that good. I think they need to do a lot of work here to really make it quite valuable, because it just doesn't pull in what's relevant. So as you can see, like it's pulling in a lot of stuff. I'll try and give you an example here. So you can just see, it's like, oh, you should talk about this and this and this if you want to, long-term, like business coaching services, business coaching. It sort of just pulls in the keyword instead of pulling in things that are relevant to that keyword, right? So like a business coach, it doesn't just need to be about a business coach. It can be talk about improving, like self-improvement for your business, can help you, or business mentorship. Well, you won't, like what it does is, as you can see, it sort of pulls in the keywords and just anything with that keyword it talks about, which I don't think is right for topic clustering. I don't really think it's right. Now, same thing with the content template, like Pop, essentially. It's just a cheaper version of Pop. Like if I throw that in here, what it's going to do is it's going to analyze the top 10 ranking rivals, all of that. Same as Pop, but it's just not as good. Like it's not as good. It'll give you the semantically related keywords, the backlinks that you should go after, the readability required, and the text length. It's kind of good in a way, but it's not that good. It's not like you're better off looking at Google yourself and utilizing Quake, honestly, instead of sitting here and trying to create your content through that. Now, you can obviously order content too from SEMrush, so you can hit this button here and they will write the content for you. What's their content like? It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's expensive, so I wouldn't personally recommend it. Not really selling SEMrush at this point in time, but I like being honest with my reviews, because that's what I want instead of being sold everything. So the writing assistant, same thing. It's sort of, it's another feature that isn't as powerful, and I'll give you a bit of an example. So we'll jump over here and I'll show you how it actually looks. So let's say like this was the a page that we created and we wanted to see how this looked. So extensions and then add-ons. There it is. SEMrush Writing Assistant. Come on, show. So now this will start to have a look, and it will basically say you need to have this keyword in here and this keyword in there, and how the readability of it is. You can check plagiarism, I think 5 times with our plan. Is it really worth it? Not really. Honestly, you're better off sticking with your Pop. Your Page Optimizer Pro is going to dominate this every day of the week. So that's something that can be done. But again, it's entirely up to you. Perhaps you don't have the money for SEMrush and Pop. Well, SEMrush it is. And that's going to be a lot better than nothing. So that's how I would look at it. But I'd probably invest in something a bit cheaper, like Neuron Writer or something like that. But that's other things that you can look at. So that's what's kind of cool about it. You can check all of that out. Another thing you can do, like you can link up your social media account, so you can connect your socials up to it and post in SEMrush on your social media accounts. Your Google business profile you can post on, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. So it's quite cool. That's quite cool. That's something you can do. When it comes to PPC, you can analyze some PPC stuff. So to be completely honest, it's in advertising, and yeah, here we go, ads history. So I like this. So No, it's PPC keyword tool. I'm pretty sure. Because let's just say you've got a client, you've just signed up a client, they haven't entered anything. I don't want to have a look at the domain, I just want to look at keywords. Oh, keywords, yes, it is this. Okay, I just needed to let it load. So as an example, like business lawyer Miami, okay? So working with our client, the business lawyer in Miami, you can start to see what was their competitor utilizing in Google Ads as an example. So what was picked up. You can start to see what type of things are being mentioned. And another great thing is if they utilize that ad for quite a period of time, right? So if they think about it this way, if they utilize this ad for a couple of months, what does that mean? They're probably getting some work. If they were only using it for a month, did they get a lot of work? Maybe not. Maybe they did. It worked out really well, but maybe not. I like to see a little bit more consistency. That's where this sort of review is. It's kind of cool. Like you can have a look at it, but again, take it with a grain of salt. Now, there's a couple of other things you can do, like the agency options you have here, where they have like a CRM and their lead finder and their bid finder and their agency partners. I'm not a part of it, and we'll check it all out on the pricing and all of that, because I think it's just way too expensive for what you get. I used to do all of my reporting with SEMrush. So I used to have everything linked because I just found it super, super convenient. You know, my team, everyone could just basically click a few buttons and it was all done. Everything was documented, reported, easy, just simplicity. That's what you want in an organization. But it started getting just ludicrously expensive. So is it worth it? I think not. For the price that you're paying, absolutely not. Something that I like is the lead gen tool. So like you can click on this bad boy here, and this is like you can create your own like little tool thing like I have. So this thing right here, right? You can see this. So when people come onto your site, and you can customize all of this, set it up how you want to set it all up, which is pretty awesome. So that's this bad boy here. So if you jump over to my website, click on the free website audit, you know, people can come over here and they can actually enter the details in here. And then this is where you can capture their information and you can call them up, because people that go onto here, they want a free website audit because they're interested and they'll reach out to you. Is it the best one? No, there are some really, really good ones out there, but you're paying like $30 to $50 a month. I do not recommend that. Like I think this is a great tool. If you've got SEMrush, it's a great sort of way of an individual getting a feedback on their website, seeing what's wrong and what's not right. But at the end of the day, if someone needs to perform this, they're most likely going to need to have someone on the end of the phone saying, hey, this is what's going on. But I think it's pretty cool. Like I think it's a great lead capture for you as the business owner, not so much for the end use of an individual. But let's jump over to the pricings. So as you can see, the Pro, which is, it's like these are your features and everything down here. Like, you know, key features, you can have 5 projects, 500 keywords tracked a day, which is like honestly more than enough. You know, all of this stuff here, historical data, like you sort of need the historical data. You need to be able to go far back. So that's sort of why I sit there and go, like I need the guru, okay? Guru. So we've got the guru just because we do need the 15 projects as well. So we need to be able to, like, I think it's 13 projects right now we have. So we've got 13 projects in there, 13 clients in there, and we need to make sure that we present them with something like quite consistent and quite presentable, because it's quite easy to every single month to just jump in here, show them what's going on, show them the tracking, show them this, show them their website, show them, like, everything's all done through SEMrush. It's easy to do. That's why I really like SEMrush, because it's just easy. Everything's in one place. Like, but with our stuff, so with our own private websites and everything else like that we have, our own like affiliate stuff, all of that. When it comes to that, I don't use any of SEMrush. I'll have a look at the domain, but they're not a part of the projects. They're a part of our own, like the rank tracker stuff, because that's all I need to have an eye on. Like, I just want to keep it cheap. So that's something that you can do. That's why we have this plan. And you can add additional seats as well. I can't remember what it is, because I think think it's like $360 or something for us. Yeah, it's around 360. Yeah, so it's $80. So we've got 2 extra seats. So yeah, that sounds about right. $380 a month, which is like a lot. Like, it's a lot of money. It's an insane amount of money, to be completely honest. But like this SEMrush Trends, use Google Analytics. I tried it. It's not worth it. Agency Growth Kit, that stuff that I was talking about, the CRM, all of that, $150 a month. Like, I have Pipedrive for my team. Choose that. It's $50 a month. It has all the bells and whistles that are basically integrated anyway. It's super, super handy. Like, that's just too expensive. Like, for me, it's just too much. So I think SEMrush overall is a really, really good tool. Honestly, if you're in the SEO game and you want to be serious, you're going to need something. You're going to need something serious. You want to be able to mainly analyze the competitors that you're looking at, analyzing your websites, and you want to make sure that you have a reliable tool. Like, I've not had any issues with SEMrush. Okay, like, sure, they might be like they are now working on their website, apparently, like having a look, like they just said, the domain processing thing might be out. Get out of that. The domain processing might actually be out, like in the message that they were displaying before. But that's the first time I've ever seen that. You've got the chatbot right down here as well, so you can get immediately in contact with them, which is absolutely excellent. I had a lot of problems with Ahrefs with their payment stuff and everything. They use a third party, so you can't even chat with Ahrefs. You got to chat with an intermediary, which is just problematic from the get-go. So if they do like that they were doing to me, which is overcharging me hundreds of dollars, well, then you have a bit of a problem, because they're saying it's their fault, and they won't reimburse, and they won't do this. With SEMrush, it's all in-house. It's all easy done. I love SEMrush's support, so I think that they're very good like that. If you are looking to be more serious, yes, I would recommend SEMrush above Ahrefs. I like it more so when it comes to keyword research. I think it's a lot easier to utilize than Ahrefs. I think that that's a lot more accurate. I've been able to achieve a lot more success when I started listening to my SEMrush tool than Ahrefs, which I found very interesting. So everyone would say that Ahrefs is better with keywords. I found a lot more success with listening to the insights from SEMrush. So I think SEMrush is a brilliant SEO tool. If you're sitting on the fence about it, just ask me some questions below. I'm more than happy to answer them. If you've enjoyed this SEMrush tutorial, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm sure I'll see you around the traps again. Cheers.